Heck of a ball game by the Montana Grizzlies there. Just your first thoughts after coming back home from this time.
Well, what a good game. You know, it was a great game to be a part of. Idaho fought their tails off. They're a good football team. The crowd was awesome. I hope they keep showing up. It's so cool. It's such a cool atmosphere to play in. Thought our guys really embraced that and enjoyed the night. It's good to come out of here with the win.
How did it feel to run off the sidelines there with the victory?
Well, winning's always good. There's no such thing as a bad win. And obviously, I mean, these guys are ranked number 3 in the nation. It's good to come in here and it's back-to-back road wins against ranked opponents. First time since 2000. I think so. Something like that. So good on our team. I like our team.
You guys just walk us through your vantage point on that last play, the play from Kale. You guys kept yelling, "Sackless no more." Just what was it like to see him make that play, and just what were you seeing there?
We're really happy for him because we've been getting on his case a little bit to go win, and he did. And that was a huge play. He just beat the guy that they had it. It wasn't a bust in protection or anything. They had him protected. He just won and knocked the ball out. Obviously, he's from less than an hour from here, so very happy for him.
What do you say about your defense just buckling down in that second half? As Idaho's kind of chipping away, they get the ball with less than a minute to go. Just what do you say about the defense?
Yeah, well, we couldn't get the quarterback on the ground. He's slick. He's got great speed. Every time they needed to move the chains, he moved them with his feet, and he really played his tail off. On every scoring drive they had, it was a big part of him scrambling and making it happen. And he slipped out of tackles, and he's just a good player. And they're fortunate to have him. He's a really. If I'm them, I'm proud of that kid. He kept his team in the game all night.
Were you expecting them to go for it so often on fourth down? And just what can you say about your team's ability to force those turnovers on those plays?
Well, they were desperate. They have not played from behind. And they needed to go for it on fourth down. The one on 4th and 4 back in their own end with I don't know what was left, 10 or 11 minutes. I was a little surprised they did go for that one. They got it by a hair. We kind of once we were up 16. Our discussion was there 4 down the rest of the way. So. We were not shocked by that.
How important was that just to start, getting them to play from behind and you guys having the lead pretty much the entire game? I guess the entire game.
Yeah, the entire game. They've not been behind to start the game, and it was a point of emphasis for us this week. We talked about it a lot. We talked about how we were going to play the early game. The one thing that did surprise us was that they deferred on the opening kickoff. That was new, and that surprised us. We just really didn't count on that being the case. But our guys went down and got points on the board, stopped them, went down, got another touchdown on the board, and all of a sudden things were going to be harder for Idaho for sure, and they just couldn't quite get there.
You guys scored on the first 4 possessions you had. Did you think that first half was the best half of offense you guys have played this year?
I watched the film. I don't know. It was pretty good.
That final offensive drive for you guys, you have to go for it on 4th down. Just walk us through your thoughts on that. Rather than trying to pin them.
Yeah, it was 4th and 2, and we were on the 33-yard line, I think, somewhere in there. Didn't want to punt it, punters aren't perfect, if he sends it in the end zone, you gain 13 yards, and we had a chance to end the game with a gain of 2, and we didn't get it. We actually had timeout, we called timeout and tried to hard count him, called timeout. We changed our call a couple times in the huddle, decided to go with the quarterback run, and they stuffed it, so good on them.
What'd you do to your quarterback tonight?
I thought he did a good job. There's some plays that we could have helped him out a little more, but Cliff did a nice job tonight.
And how about your kicker? Grant Pascal came up with some huge kicks.
Yeah, Grant's good. I've been saying it all along. Those were none of those were gimmies. When we went for 2 on the one PAT, our signal caller didn't let our guys get set because that was a walk-in too. That would have that would have helped having another point there at the end of that thing.
You touched on McCoy's ability, but that first half you guys stifled their offense pretty well. Like, what were you guys doing? Was it scheme? Like, how were you guys able to maybe limit them after they've been having so much success this year?
Well, it wasn't all that much different in the second half. I mean, they made a play here or there. They couldn't run it, you know. They couldn't. They want to be balanced, and they couldn't be. So, you know, where they got all their rushing yards was him scrambling. So he was special. I thought he was outstanding tonight. He kept. I mean, he had that thing. He had lifted that thing up like Atlas holding up the world.
It seemed like the guys really kind of enjoyed the atmosphere, the students kind of barking at them, and knowing this team's head coach, I'm not really surprised. So what did you think about how you guys kind of handled kind of the mentality coming into this?
Well, like I always say, it's no fun to play in an empty, quiet stadium. I thought the atmosphere in here was awesome. I was just flat terrific. Glad they all showed up. It was really fun to have this thing sold out loud. Just awesome. I hope they keep doing it. I mean, good for Idaho, and you know, their kids, their students were into it. It was really fun.
What's the challenge? What's the challenge when you get up a couple scores and then you kind of have the decisions of, like, you know, how aggressive do we want to be on offense? Like for Idaho, I mean, you know what they're going to do, but like it kind of puts you in some situations where you kind of got to really decide how you want to play it. How did you think that you guys did handle that?
Well, it depends. You know, with their style and them wanting to run the play clock down, you know, they're not going to be too fast. So you know, the game's going. They're behind it. The game's going to be short, so you don't want to lengthen the game yourself. And the thing that's probably going to derail you the most would be turnovers, and so you got to take care of the ball and not put the ball in jeopardy. We did a few times. We had some big plays that we didn't make in the second half that could have really helped us get away and make this less interesting at the end.
On the offensive line, looked like you guys widened your splits a little bit. Can you just talk about the performance of them and just controlling the line of scrimmage in general?
Well, I didn't watch them much, but my impression was that they came off the ball and played really hard.
You guys are heading into the bye week now with a win like this. Just how do you harness this momentum, take some time to heal, and kind of get it ready for 2 weeks from now?
Well, we can't. We're in an open date. The only time you want to open date is when you're banged up. You know, we're kind of rolling a little bit right now. We won 3 in a row and 2 on the road and just beat the number 3 team in the country. Hopefully, we just trade spots with them in the polls. But you know, open date comes when it comes, and we'll make good use of it, whatever that means. We'll see how we look at it tomorrow.
And watching your guys just celebrate with the Little Brown Stein, and you get to touch the jug, tell me what's that moment like for you and your team?
Well, you know, everybody in this organization, there's a standard to play. Everybody's supposed to uphold that standard. Everybody here is competitive, and everybody here loves to win. So if you love to win, you probably act like you love it when you do win a game like that.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.